Welcome in everybody. So today we're going to do a short video with just 3 easy core moves that you can use to strengthen your core and tone the stomach area. So we're going to start with what is sort of an easy replacement for an oblique crunch. So what I want you to do is use the wall for this one. If you haven't got a wall free, then you don't have to, but the reason I want to use the wall is because we're using it as a guide to keep ourselves upright. So quite often with an oblique crunch, people have a tendency to lean forward, and that's going to take some of the load off our obliques. So what I want you to do is stand back up against the wall. You don't, not leaning on it, but just with it just touching behind you. Bottom under, core nice and firm, and legs out. We don't hyperextend those knees, but the legs are straight. Okay, now we're just going to come down the leg with our hands and just pay attention to how low that hand is going so that you can do the same distance both sides. Now, if you start to tend to lean forward, you're going to feel your bottom hit back into that wall, and that's going to tell you to stand back up again. You can even keep your shoulders just a light touch on the wall to give you a guide and keep you upright. Okay, so we're coming down either side, and we're trying not to shift our hip too much to each side as we come down. So keep those hips nice and still and just stretching down. Weight nice and even in both of those feet will stop those hips from wanting to drive from side to side. Okay, so keeping yourself upright and stretching down. Now if you want to make it a little bit harder, what you can do is do just one side at a time until you hit overload. So just coming down the one side and back up. You can even give a little hold down that side. So really focusing your mind on the fact that those obliques are contracting, so shortening as you come down, and then the opposite one is pulling you back up. So coming down, so then you can do the other side just one at a time. And like I say, if you like, you can give a little hold there, really focus that mind on that oblique that's contracted. Either way, whatever you prefer to do, if you want to start one and then the other, and then as you build it up, go to just one side at a time and then the other. Now, the next one we're going to do, we just use a slam ball for it in here, but you can use whatever you like, even just a basic ball that you might use for games or something, or if you don't have anything, you can just put your fingertips together out in front. Obviously, adding some load is going to make it a slightly heavier move. All right, so we're just going to come off the wall a tiny bit for this one, not a lot, just a little bit. And we're going to start with the ball at around shoulder height, between shoulder and head height. And then we're going to come out and tap the wall down below hip or hip height, out wide to the side, back up and then down and tapping. So this is why we go a little bit off the wall, so that we have to go just that tiny bit behind us in order to tap the wall. Now, if you have lower back issues or you're wanting to start really light, what you can do is just start closer to the body with your tap and higher. Okay, so it's going to get more difficult the lower you go and the further out from the body that you go. So you can even just come around and tap the wall right at hip height, right there, or just above hip height. Let your upper body turn. Okay, don't try and hold yourself still and just move the ball around, because that's not going to give you any core work really at all. Okay, so we're letting that shoulder, this one, follow the ball, like I say, wider and lower, and back up, and wider and lower, and back up. And obviously you can build this one up to lower and wider. You can hear my voice change as I go down, and lower and wider. There is going to be a limit to how low you go, because we don't want to hurt our lower back. So if you have any back issues, stay with the higher and closer, and just slowly build up and listen to your body as you go. Now, the third one I'm going to do, I need a chair for, so I'll just grab us a chair. Could have been more organised with that, couldn't I? All right, so now ideally you want a chair that's got a nice straight up back on it, not something that's leaning right back, but look, it wouldn't matter too much. push your bottom right back into the back of the chair. You can use something with arms so that you've got a little bit of something to brace. We're not going to pull ourselves forward with our arms though, we're just going to have it there for a little bit of technique support. If you don't have any arms on your chair, just put your hands under the chair. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take our chest to our knees and the knees to the chest. They're going to meet halfway or as close as you can. Okay, so what I want you to do is don't put your feet down in between. This is a replacement for a core crunch where you don't have to be on the floor and you're going to be a lot less inclined to cram that neck and have issues with the neck or the lower back. Okay, so we're going to bring our knees to our chest. So keep that chest nice and open. We're coming to and holding and back down. Now if you need to build up to that and you don't want to hold, just build up to it to the point where you can hold as long as you can and then back down. Don't put your feet down in between. Come back up, back down, almost to the floor and back up. Okay, same thing, make sure the shoulders are going back. We don't want them to just sit there the whole time and do that. You're still going to get some core work, but I want you to bring your back to the back of the chair and to the knees and back down. To the knees, and you can hold if you like. Just be conscious that you're not doing too much work with these arms, okay? They're there as a support to help you keep your shoulders open and stop you from hunching, but we're not doing all of the pull with it. That's it. So you can either go on reps or you can set yourself a timer, see how long you can do it for. Go that way, but like I say, remember, keep your chest open. Make sure the chest and the knees are both moving towards each other, not just one or the other. Don't put your feet down in between if you can help it. Stay focused on that core and imagine it as you're doing it, crunching together as you go, contracting and shortening, and keep your mind on that core, and that mind-body connection will really help with getting our muscle engagement to become more and more effective. Okay, so I hope you like that. They're 3 easy moves that you can start at a very basic beginner's level and just progress as you can, and they absolutely will increase your core strength and help you tone up that stomach area. And I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time, probably in another couple of weeks or a few weeks, and enjoy your time in between. Do the best you can, do them every day if you like, or every second day for a little bit longer, and I hope that helps and gets you some results. So please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.